This is a Bomber Command airfield in Lincolnshire. Like many others, it is haunted. Its name, RAF Bardney.
Hello, engineer. Skipper here. Yeah, will you put the revs up, please? Yeah.
Located 2 miles north of Bardney and 10 miles east of Lincoln, RAF Bardney opened into No. 5 Group Bomber Command on the 18th of January 1943. No. 9 Squadron arrived from Waddington on the 14th of April with Lancaster 1s and 3s and was to remain at Bardney for the duration of hostilities. Bardney became a substation of No. 53 base on the 14th of November, with Waddington as the parent. It was also at this time that No. 9 Squadron became a specialist RAF unit using the 12,000-pound tallboy bombs for precision daylight attacks. No. 227 Squadron was reformed at Bardney on the 7th of October 1944, with crews from A Flight of 9 Squadron and B Flight of No. 617 Squadron, but was quickly moved to Balderton on the 21st. No. 189 Squadron reformed at Bardney on the 15th of October, again being moved quickly, this time to Fullbeck on the 3rd of November. On the 1st of January 1945, Flight Sergeant George Thompson, the wireless operator in Lancaster PD 377 of No. 9 Squadron, was posthumously awarded the Victoria Cross for his actions during the daylight attack on the Dortmund-Ems Canal, an operation that saw the loss of 4 No. 9 Squadron Lancasters. The Bomber Command Film Flight Unit formed at Bardney on the 10th of March, with 2 Lancasters and 2 Mosquitoes, equipped to record the activities of Bomber Command and the results of their operations. But this unit moved to Fullbeck on the 8th of April. The same day, No. 189 Squadron returned from Fullbeck to carry out its final sorties of the war from Bardney. No. 9 Squadron moved to Waddington on the 6th of July, having lost 85 Lancasters and crews during operations from Bardney. It was followed on the 15th of October by 189 Squadron moving to Metheringham to disband. No. 53 base was disbanded a month later, and Bardney was placed on care and maintenance, but was retained by the post-war RAF. From the 22nd of July 1959, a Thor Missile unit, No. 106 Squadron, was based there until 1963, when the RAF's missile force was disbanded and the airfield was no longer required. Bardney was put up for sale. Today, the remains of the airfield are given over to agriculture and light industry, with the wartime control tower being used by the Bardney Flyers Model Club, who state, "We are really fortunate in having, as our clubhouse, the old World War II control tower, and our flying strip is part of the old No. 9 Squadron RAF World War II airfield." I will give the link to the club in the description below. For the first two accounts I turned to Mr. Bruce Barrymore Halpenny's 1995 Ghost Stations Volume 7, where he writes about the encounters of Frank Thomas and Mr. Taffy Jones, both who had been stationed at Bardney in 1945. Frank Thomas visited his former station in late 1980s or early 1990s while visiting England with his wife to see her relatives. He arrived there in a rented car and was somewhat disappointed to discover that the airfield had reverted to farmland and there was almost nothing visible except the derelict control tower. I got out of the car and walked towards the dilapidated building. It was a warm, sunny summer's day, but as I approached, a cold, dank flow of air hit me and seemed to push me away. I felt most uncomfortable and I went back to the car. But I thought, this is silly. I want to have a look inside the building. So I walked towards it again, and the same thing happened, but it seemed more powerful this time. I saw nothing unusual and heard nothing, but I again retreated to the car and told my wife I was feeling uncomfortable and suggested we should go back to the village for a drink. Taffy Jones too spent time looking over the old airfield in 1990 and had a similar experience. It was a warm sunny day and I thought, how peaceful. I could not help thinking of my mates that never made it, and with those in mind started making my way to the control tower. But within minutes I was greeted in the face by a cold rush of wind. I glanced back at my car, then continued towards the control tower, but I had only taken a few steps when I was again checked by a sharp breeze, this time stronger and more sinister cold. I hesitated a moment, then went on only to be held in check by a cold sharp wind, as if by an unseen force, and all desire to see the tower left me. After this, he quickly returned to his car and states that he was glad to get back on the main road. From the RAF forum on the 5th of September 2006 there is the following information. I fly some remote controlled aircraft at Bardney and the watchtower is still up, which we get the use of. I've not seen anything, but some of the long-time regulars say they've seen people there 1 minute and then gone the next. From the Key Publishing Aviation Forum in October 2007, we have the following account that happened in Orstaker Wood. This wood is the location for the former bomb stores of RAF Bardney and is crisscrossed with concrete paths, roads and old brick foundations. The writer of the piece was used to the area as he'd been going there for years, assisting his father with butterfly conservation. When we went last, we had a bit of a walk, and as we were leaving I distinctly heard a male voice say, "Hello." I was quite a way behind my mum. She was almost at the car, but in the split second that I heard that, I smelt really pungent pipe smoke. But it was gone almost as soon as I smelt it. I left pretty fast after that, but I've never experienced anything there before. They had seen the gamekeeper doing his rounds, but he drove his jeep in the other direction to them, and so they were left with no explanations for what happened. He adds, "I haven't been back since." From the Army Rumour Service website on the 13th of June 2013 we have the following. I was at the old RAF Bardney last night. I was talking to the farm manager and he was telling me that he has lost several staff who have refused to work alone at night. All manner of strange stuff goes on, including aircraft engine noises, figures sighted, unexplained noises and other smaller stuff. I must admit, I wouldn't like to walk around there by myself at dark o'clock. And finally, an encounter of the medium kind from the former Ghost Whisperers website. As Stuart and Michelle walked around looking over the old runways, they stopped and looked into the old control tower. Michelle picked up on the name George, and that he was an engineer based there during the war years. She also picked up that he had done something brave and that he had been awarded for it before he had passed on. They also noted that he was wearing a very dark blue or black uniform.